my name's Bob Wilson. I'm a rock climbing instructor, and today I'm just out for a glorious walk from Derwyddlin up to Moel Siabod and making it into a bit of a circuit to finish off at Derwyddlin Castle. As you can see, it's a glorious day walking up through the woods from Derwyddlin, and I just like to give you a bit of a feel for what the path is like today. We're going to take the scramble up the Dair ridge, which is up on the left hand side as you're looking at Moel Siabod just now. This is our first view of the mountain for the day, and it's great just to get your legs moving along these forest tracks. It's a wonderful way, a wonderful introduction to the day. So you walk up through the forest for maybe about half an hour, and then across the river on this beautiful little bridge, back out of the forest and into some perhaps rougher ground. The track gets a little bit more indistinct, but it's always quite easy to see where you're going because you've got the river over on the right hand side. My initial intent had been to follow the river all the way up to the lake, but when I got about 2/3 up just past this waterfall, then I decided that I was going to bear off to the left a little bit, go along past these rocks and round that kind of rocky knoll up on the right hand side. It just cut the journey down a little bit. I was glad that I did because I saw a little green lizard. I'll see if I can find out exactly what it was, and I'll put a description of it into the chat. Okay, so this is us starting up on the scramble. This is the lake, an absolutely gorgeous lake, and the whole corrie round behind, I think they call them coombs in Wales, round behind the lake there. Getting up into scrambling territory now. As you can see, the lake is just over there. So the scrambling is never really hard. It's grade 1 scrambling on Dair, and you can always avoid it by going to the left, but if you keep close towards the ridge, you get some lovely easy steps and some great sense of exposure, as you can perhaps see here. I've been experimenting with using my GoPro, hence why some of the pictures aren't as great as they could be. Approaching up to the summit of Moel Siabod, it's a great kind of trig point up there, so you know that you've got to where you're going. Beautiful panoramic views from the top, and now you're going to hear a little bit of a live commentary from me as I was actually on the summit on a gorgeous sunny April day. It's a fabulous little scramble that. Just in summary, it's just a nice walk up through the woods from Derwyddlin, alongside some streams, crossing bridges, out to the forest, and then across some navigation, I suppose, to get across some pretty boggy ground, but really quite straightforward and easy. And a bit steep bit up towards the lake, then from the lake, pretty continuous, hard walking and occasional scrambly steps. Excellent. So I'm up here, absolutely glorious sunshine as you can see, and just about to have my peanut butter sandwich. Not that I imagine that many of you are that interested in what sandwiches I have. So I headed off north from Moel Siabod, back down along the ridge, and then took a fairly steep descent down towards this little reservoir and little woods that are about, I suppose, 1 kilometre or 2 further along. So quite a steep descent, avoiding some of the crags on the way down, and then crossed over this reservoir to get a little bit closer to the river, and my intention was that I was going to skirt along the side of the woods until I came down to this ford. That was really hard going actually. It took me about 35 minutes to cover 1 kilometre because it was really tough going because of brambles and rough ground. It wasn't as boggy as I thought, but eventually got to this ford and I stopped and I had myself a little bit of a cup of tea and revived myself. So then from that point on, it was just easy going back along a path through some pasture ground, past some sheep fields, until we could see Moel Siabod back over our shoulders. It was nice because the mountain was in view pretty much all day, and then coming towards Derwyddlin Castle with huge amount of important Welsh history. Hope you've enjoyed this video. If you do, then give us some thumbs up, and if you want to subscribe, that'd be great. Bless you. Take care.